It's not bald, but it's getting there on the outside edge, and I really don't want to travel with it.
We saved the tire, but we did have a blowout today.
They cancel my insurance so fast.
We need a break.
We need a break.
This back end is going to be really interesting. There's no falling asleep at the wheel here.
Welcome back to Page, Arizona, everybody, and welcome back to Untethered. Thanks for joining us again this week.
We are standing above our campground, which is right down there. That's one cool thing about this campground is they do have this little walking path that comes up and you have beautiful views all around you. Of course, it's not that hard to get in Page, Arizona. The campground has been good. We had a little bit of a bad, as in me, had a little bit of a bad attitude coming in just from the service. They have a lot of amenities. They have an indoor pool and a hot tub. And
the hot tub works and it's great. The laundry room, not so great.
I get really grumpy about laundry rooms. I know that seems really petty, but they have 24 machines total.
Literally, you counted them?
I counted them in my frustration. They have 4 washers that work and I'm gonna say 2.5 dryers that work. The amount of times that I had to move clothes from one machine to the next was very frustrating. They have wagons you can rent. They have cabins you can rent. The tent areas are pretty neat little tent areas, and it's a pretty campground. So overall, we're happy with it. I think this ended up being about $51, $52 a night, tax and all. Not terrible in a really touristy area. I did have a fight with a coin machine today. Well, this one was my fault because I decided that I was going to treat it like a slot machine and try to put $40 in it all at once. And it proceeded to get stuck and the machine was like, "Hey lady, you did this, slice up your fingers." We've got to get back and get ready for travel day tomorrow.
Speaking of which, I'm going to need you to go ahead and get up a little early in the morning for travel day because I've got a problem.
Denied.
Well, you're not going to be sleeping through it because it involves an impact gun. Our left front tire on our trailer has been wearing a little quicker than all the other tires. I've never had a trailer, boat trailer, utility trailer, or anything wear tires exactly the same from side to side or front to back. It's kind of something you just learn to live with. But it has worn down quite a bit, and now it's not bald, but it's getting there on the outside edge, and I really don't want to travel with it. So I think tomorrow after we pull the slides in, we'll put the spare on, and I'll figure out what I want to do down the road because the other 3 tires look pretty good. They probably have, my estimation, 4,000 or 5,000 miles left in them, and I hate to leave money on the table. But then again, I've always been the guy that just buys 4 new tires at the same time. We looked under there last week. The spring hangers look great. The axles look great. There's no hopping as if it were a wheel bearing or something like that. It's not wearing on both outside edges as if we were underinflated. It's just wearing on one outside edge, which is probably just a trailer alignment issue from the factory.
All right, well that sounds like fun. We'll see you guys down the road.
Travel day, let's go.
Can I hitch a ride, sir?
I guess, but this truck don't drive for free. Usually, whenever you get your tires changed or rotated, they'll tell you to check your lug nut torque after 50 or 100 miles. I find that to be especially true on steel wheels, which is what our spare tire is. Steel wheels have a tendency to kind of stretch a little bit, or they can. I've had it happen before. I go get a new set of tires and the lug nuts are loose after 100 miles or so. It's been about 100 miles since we left. Stop in, get a little bit of fuel so we can make it all the way in on one stop. Check the lug nut torque, everything's great, and we're back on the road.
We saved the tire, but we did have a blowout today.
Here's the thing. I've got a ton of clothes, but I know the guys know if you have that perfect pair of jeans, I don't need to say anymore. You don't throw them away.
We are in Nevada, and you have to be on in these roads. The steep curves, might be a stop sign at the bottom. It's trippy. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. But there's no falling asleep at the wheel here. You are on.
The views are incredible, and it's a great day to be a passenger.
Vegas, baby! We just got to our Las Vegas RV resort. We got this thing for 51 bucks a night. That's with tax and everything, which isn't bad. We're pretty close to the downtown area. We do not plan on driving a whole lot on this trip. The traffic got a little sketchy coming in. I'm really glad he was driving, not me. This back end is going to be really interesting.
Yeah, if we move some trucks, it should be okay. I think they're having him move his truck, and that'll make it better.
We knew this would be tight. This was the best deal for the best campground, and it is what it is.
Welcome to Las Vegas. This is actually our first time here. We have no idea what to expect. We've got a ton of suggestions from friends and family and things like that. So, I know I said that I like to get to camp and get set up and chill out the rest of the day, but there's a ton of stuff to do in Vegas, so we're going to get to camp, set up, and hit the town. I've already fed her. She shouldn't want anything. You're in for a treat.
Good afternoon, everybody. Well, we survived our first day in Las Vegas, or night rather. We've never been here before, so we're learning as we go. We learned a few things last night. The first thing I learned was don't bet on black. All I wanted to do was walk in and put one bet on the roulette table. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go in, put it on black. If I win, it's a good sign. If I lose, it's a bad sign, and I lost. So don't bet on black. That's what I learned in Vegas on day one.
And in the end, they get it all.
In the end, they get it all.
We also learned that people watching is absolutely free, and it is nothing short of entertaining. Everything else in Vegas is not free.
We had an awesome Lyft driver last night and had a great conversation with him. He's traveled all over the world and shared some really cool experiences with us. But don't come to Vegas on Formula One race day unless you have tickets, because that place is gridlocked. You can't even really see it if you're walking on the skywalks. We were trying to look down and you got security guards going, keep it moving, put your camera down.
What should I do? There are a ton of scams going on in Vegas, and we tried to school ourselves ahead of time on the different things just so that we weren't taken off guard. My dad told me to be aware of a few things, which I'm glad he said something. Told me not to be a redneck. I'm not really sure how to do that, but it did allow us to be a little more aware of our surroundings. Pickpockets are pros here, and because we were looking for them, we saw a few, and Cody even had someone reach in his pocket. Thankfully nothing was there. Something to think about.
We hadn't been on this strip very long. We were just walking along, checking things out. I had a lady bump into me and literally felt her hand slide into my front pocket. Luckily, I took the advice of a lot of people online and bought one of these smart wallets where they can't rip off your credit cards, and I had it in the inside pocket of my coat. So when she reached into my front pocket, nothing there, nothing in the back. Got to make sure you secure your belongings and stay alert out there.
We learned if someone asks you, have you been here before? The answer is always yes. Doesn't matter if you have or not.
We had an awesome dinner at Batista's Hole in the Wall restaurant here in Vegas. It's a great little Italian joint with a lot of history. Batista's was recommended to us by a friend of ours back home, and it did not disappoint. I felt like the food was a little pricey. It was anywhere from $35 to $48 a plate, depending on what you got. But you do get bottomless wine, which is actually very good wine, and you get all the garlic bread that you want, and they give you a nice little cappuccino for dessert, just to give you a little shot of energy before you go back out on the strip.
They give us free wine here, but does Angela get any, or do we have to?
But we got our fill, and you guys know how we do in big cities. We struggle a little bit. We needed a little break. So we came out about an hour out to Valley of Fire State Park. It reminds me a little bit of Badlands, where you have a lot of little bitty, easy get hikes. You could drive the whole thing if you wanted to. The cost to get in isn't that bad. For a state park, this is impressive. I would say if you have time, take time to come here. I believe it's gonna be worth it. We're gonna find a few easy hikes to do, and we're already enjoying the scenery.
We do have a few cool things planned in Las Vegas proper, but
We need a break.
we need a break. Like the song says, you gotta know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. And today we're running away from downtown Vegas. There's a crazy number of people here. Every overlook or hike that we've been by has just been packed with cars, but luckily we got a parking spot for this one.
Believe it or not, we saw wildlife in a park.
Bighorn sheep for the win.
Woohoo!
Bad life, bad day, what should I do? Bad life, bad day, what should I do?
Did you hear the Lamborghini? I tried so hard to wiggle my way up right next to him in traffic because I wanted to hear him take off so bad. It's just a different sound. They're so cool. They sound like nothing else on earth. Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty close.
Was it? Was it? I'm gonna catch that Lambo at the next light because I want to hear the takeoff.
Just don't rear end him.
They cancel my insurance so fast. That's idle.
All right, let's go home and eat dinner.
What?
I don't feel well.
I honestly don't, but it was good, right? You enjoyed it?
Yes.
I mean, that was...
Well, it brought me joy.
okay.
Yeah, I don't feel good.
Thanks for hanging out with us today. If you guys haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and we'll see you guys on the next video.